Number 3 on the dubious origins of Beatles. Another silly compromise was on telling the origin of the name Beatles. Instead of telling the real story, Anthology swapped it out for a joke. And who better to explain that than Paul himself? Take it away, Paul! One example we all found slightly amusing was when we came to say who thought of the name The Beatles. George and I had thought of a very concrete memory of meeting John and Stuart Sutcliffe shortly after they'd thought of the name, and them saying, "We thought of a good name for the group, Beatles with an A." And we went, "Well, that's interesting. Why?" And they said, "The double meaning, like the crickets." Well, when the paper Mersey Beat first came out, Bill Harry, the editor, asked John, who was a college mate of his, to write a piece for it. And he did a piece of what I would call comic writing. That was John's thing. So he wrote a piece called On the Dubious Origins of Beatles. And the basic line that we all laughed at was something like, "I had a vision, and a man came unto me with a flaming pie and said, 'You shall be Beatles with an A.'" And so it was. We took this to be goon humor and a sort of biblical joking. And God said unto thee, "Come forth," and I came fifth. That's very much the humor that was going around Liverpool at the time. Now, it turned out that we couldn't have this in the anthology because Yoko believes that John did have a vision. I'm very friendly with Yoko now, so I don't want this to look like a snide thing, but it genuinely intrigues me that she believes this. I know, in my mind, that John didn't have a vision about this, but the way Yoko puts it is, if it's okay for Paul to dream yesterday, then it's okay for John to have a vision. So these are the kinds of things that cropped up. We tried to make our point, she's made her point, and we've arrived somewhere in the middle. See what I mean? This is a classic example of how Anthology sometimes rewrites history. There are fans to this day that believe the name came in a dream. It is well documented by many trustworthy sources. Bill Harry, Alan Williams, Philip Norman, Mark Lewison, that the name Beatles was a deliberate pun on Beatles, inspired by Buddy Holly's band The Crickets, and beat, as in beat music. And a lot of researchers state that Stu Sutcliffe pushed for the name change when he joined the group in early 1960. He wanted something more artsy than the Quarrymen.